So I find it really cool, and I think a lot of my viewers are going to find it cool that for the first time we've been actually talked to, even spoken to, by someone who is apparently involved with a real cigar company, not just any cigar company, but Miami Cigar, which is a big company that happens to make some cigars that I really, really like. The La Serena, I forget how to pronounce it, but that happens to be a great cigar. I've only smoked it 2 or 3 times. It was one of the last cigars to come out when I was working around the shop, and I think I mentioned in the Nestor video, in the Art Deco video, that the wrapper on that thing that I was talking about the Triumphador wrapper, but again, another Connecticut broadleaf wrapper on that La Serena, where very, very close to some of the best broadleaf wrappers I've ever tasted. Really good stuff. So they make great cigars, which brings me to the point, when you say distribution list for samples and press releases, this is what we were just talking about the other day in the El Triumphador video. A lot of reviewers out there, and they say, welcome to another review by, here I am, and today we got a shitload of new cigars from blah blah cigar company, and we're going to try them out. You're not going to give a bad rating to a company who's giving you free shit. It's almost like it's illegal. It's almost like when you buy somebody's opinion, and it's, but it's unspoken. It's unspoken. But here's the thing. If I swear up and down, you know what? You're not buying my opinion. You can send me all the free cigars in the world, Barry, but I'm going to be honest. And I have to say that because I think my viewers, I think that's one of the things that people look at my reviews and they say, this guy's being real about what's going on with the cigar. It's not just another 83 rating, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people out there who fucking can't stand me, because it's something different and it's something new and it's something that goes against a lot of the principles of how cigars have been being rated time and time again for years and years and years. But I'm going to be real. Simple as that. On the other hand, if, I was discussing this with one person, and they said, well, this is kind of a cool thing because it would show that that company has real fucking balls to send you some free cigars, And it's true. Now, on one point, I'm making the point, I don't think Miami Cigar with Nestor Miranda, I don't think they have much to worry about. I already said I like the special selection series. I love the Dano. I love that. I gave a great review to the Art Deco. I just saw the La Serena. I love that cigar. And the only one I haven't really smoked yet, which I said in a future review we're definitely going to do, is that Grand Reserve that I showed you I had in that 10-pack. So, hey, Barry, send some free smokes. I would love you to do that. And, we'll talk more via email, whatever. But I don't want to get into the same... And it's so funny that this happens the day after I released that statement in El Tri. Even when I was releasing it, I said, should I really say this? I'm like, fuck it, I want to say it. And I released it in the El Triumphador video, and I said, blah, 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 same, free cigars equal fucking good ratings. High advertising rates equal good ratings, and I'm not affiliated with or, promoted by or even sponsored by or even given a single free fucking cigar by any company out there, and then all of a sudden I get this email. So, I'm not going to turn down free cigars, but I'm going to be real. Simple as that. So that brings us to the end of our viewer emails. We're getting into the last and final third of our Bolivar Belicosos Finos, and let's see what's going on. So we are into the last third of our Belicosos Finos, Bolivar Belicosos Finos, and I gotta say, as my impressions were at the start of this video, this is definitely by far one of the best cigars we have smoked thus far. However, this is review number 10 out of 365, so there are a lot of fucking cigars to go. I let it cool off a little, and because I had to relight a little, I lit and then let it cool, and I got about a ½ inch of ash. So I'm trying not to let the heat build up too much. even at, and it's a nice cool smoke right now. Even as such, spice is definitely picking up. Definitely picking up. And some more of a leathery taste, a lot of earth, less wood. Still got that meaty flavor and that real low twang going on. Overall, oh man, delicious cigar. And I feel some strength picking up now too, which is good because see, that's balance. You don't want all your strength at the start of the cigar. You don't want to kill the person before they can even get into it. You also, you know, strength is good, increasing, 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 a little bit in the middle, I'm sure, but you don't want it to get at its strongest, you know, in the middle either, really. You want to save most of the strength for the end. You want to let the person enjoy the cigar, get through the flavor. Strength builds up gradually, slowly, and then pack a lot of the heroin in the bottom, you know, give them a nice blast at the end. Tars and resins build up at the end of the cigar. You know, the relight really won't affect the flavor much as long as you relight and then let it cool a little and do its thing. If you relight and start smoking right away, you're going to make it really hot. Also, I'm talking about relighting within, I mean, I relight when I'm reviewing if the cigar happens to go out within a fucking minute. You know, you don't want those oils and resins to start crystallizing and solidifying. Some people say, and again, this is a big aficionado thing because I've said before, I will leave a cigar outside half finished, come back to it the next day. As long as it hasn't rained, I'll stick it in my mouth and smoke it. It's fine. A little spicy on the light, but it's fine. You know. However, the aficionado rule is you don't want to relight a cigar that's been out for more than an hour. I don't think any of us have enough money to consider that rule, really. But for review's sake, I make sure I get this thing, if it goes out, lit as quickly as possible. You don't want flavors that would otherwise not be in someone's cigar during a review. Nice creamy smoke. Floral and a little leafy through the nose. Not green, not bitter, no bitter at all. Spicy now. Really spicy, even though it's really cool. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Spice is picking up. Spicy, meaty, earthy. It's like a moist soil kind of earth. It's really getting intense right now. I wish I had another viewer email, but I don't. Like I said, next episode we're going to get into terminology. We're going to be talking about terminology because it's something we haven't covered yet, really, except in tiny little bits and pieces. And my goal, of course, in these 365 reviews, in this show per se, is to really make sure, here, my viewers are going to have an advantage. My promise is this, that if you watch my reviews every night, or even whatever, maybe you skip one or two, maybe you only watch them on the weekend, if you watch everything I've put up already, you'll be more than efficient as far as being able to determine a real Cuban cigar from a fake Cuban cigar, as long as you smoke a bunch of them too. But as far as all the box crap and what they should look like and this and that, with my counterfeit courses and all my fake refined series, I mean, you should be pretty much armed to the teeth with information there. Only recently have we started getting into the domestic range, which makes it so that we have to going over things that aren't really so important in the Cuban cigar range, like all these different tobacco types. Like I said, while in the Cuban range you have two plants really, you have Corojo and Carrillo. You have, of those two plants, you have three major parts, Seco, Velado, Ligero. And then you have printings, which are sections of those sections really. But that's all you don't have to worry about all these different things like this broadleaf, that broadleaf, you know, fucking Sumatra, Cameroon, Brazilian Maduro, Ecuadorian, sun-grown, Honduran Corojo. I mean, there's a million different things to know. So we're going to get into terminology, and that's my goal. My promise to you is that watch my show, keep watching my show, and keep smoking cigars. Try to get the cigar. I promise you guys, I'll try to make a list of what's. It's just that I like to smoke what I want to smoke at that moment, but I should really make a list so you guys can follow along, those who want to. Smoke the same cigars I've been smoking. Look for the flavors that I'm talking about. If you taste something I don't taste, tell me. If you think a cigar is completely different from what I say it is, tell me. You know, we'll talk about that stuff. But if you're smoking the cigars and you're listening to the information and you're keeping an open mind, I guarantee you will be a fucking expert at this shit. I will make you a fucking aficionado. All right, that's a bold statement, but You know, I try to be modest. I think the more episodes I do and the more emails I get, the less modest I have to be. I don't want to be an asshole, but do I know a lot of shit? Yes, I know a lot of shit. I do. I do. I do. And I'm really happy I do. And just like, you know, I was a day one beginner, and the way I learned my shit, you know, working at the cigar shop helped, but even then it was the same way that you'll through other people. Ask questions. I was annoying as fuck that first year at the cigar shop. I was so annoying. Every day I was smoking a different cigar. You know, fucking boss, this guy would let you smoke 3-4 cigars a day, no problem, man. I was smoking so many cigars, you know, hey, calm down a little, you know. And I had questions about every cigar I smoked and what's this, what's that. And I had some of what I would consider, if it was like a college, some of the best teachers you could ever find, you know, of all different personality types, you know. Some were patient and kind, others were, you know, really fucking straightforward and would embarrass you to the point of making sure you knew something. So it was great, though. It was great. Those were great days. This, I'm not even going to say has been. It's not done yet. This is a beautiful cigar. This is a beautiful cigar. You'll notice that this ash is very Cuban-esque in the way it has this flaky wrapper kind of thing going on, yet it holds. And there is a lot more, while there is a lot of dark charcoaly black like the Cuban tobacco ash should be, there's a lot more gray also, which I think we started discussing. According to some sources, this is a symbol of higher grade tobacco. You know, one thing is also, it's already a challenge to do a review a day. Because, you know, time and effort and sitting here, what you see is only part of it, as I've explained before. Once I start this job, if I get this job, or when I do get a job, because I will very soon, it may be very difficult to maintain this challenge. But instead of squelching it and giving up on myself, what I might do is make the videos shorter, so there's not as much to edit. There's no room to make the cigar shorter. I mean, you know, I'm not going to be a dick and let's review a cigar. We'll light it. We'll cut the camera off. We'll cut a third of it off. Relight it. Okay, we're done with our first third. And you can't review a cigar like that. I know there must be at least one guy out there who does that. I hope you're listening right now. Okay. Oh man, I was really trying to get all the ashes together. Whatever. Clean up my mess later. That's sad because I have basically the first third and the second third sitting there in two nice big chunks, and this one just popped off. I saw there was a crack in it, and you know what? That's where the humidor closed on this cigar. Definitely did not affect the smoking properties or the draw, but it did apparently affect how the ash came out. But I don't think the cigar is going to lose any points because of that. Getting a tiny bit of a... I think it'll catch itself up. Try to twist it around a little. Once it starts getting small and you start pinching it, it can affect the burn because you're pinching shut certain parts of the head, and air is all, you know, so the burn. So you got to try to watch your wrapper, and if it starts getting long there, turn it and make sure you have that channel open if you wish to receive. Delicious, delicious. We're gonna sit here and smoke a little bit more. I think we're about done today. You know, right now I'm feeling blissful. Blissful. Oh, do I want to order a box of these motherfuckers? This is great too because I have managed to put a little change together, and I am planning on placing some orders because I don't want to run out of Cuban cigars in mid-review. Regular cigars, Nicaraguan, Dominican, I have plenty of, even more than Cuban cigars. And while I have a lot of Cuban cigars, I only have a limited range of different ones. Like I said, in my humidor, I may have 40 different Cuban cigars, and they're starting to go down already. I mean, I have one, sometimes two of each. Then I have, you know, all the stuff you've seen in my other videos in boxes, some of which I really don't want to break, but for the sake of the show, I will. Eventually I will, when there is no fucking cigar left to smoke, and I have to. Those are special anyway, and I want to try to smoke a lot of cigars that people can get their hands on. You know, what's the point of watching? Well, and I will do it sometimes just for the fun of it, and some people may actually want to know. But what's the point of smoking a whole bunch of cigars that nobody can fucking get? You know, it's kind of, you know, yeah. Right now I'm smoking a fucking, you know, rare, only 100 sticks on earth made, fucking 25-year-old, you know, Davidoff Cuban cigar. Nobody can get that anymore. No, even if you have the money, you can't get that. You know, so there's no point in giving everybody a review and making them feel like, damn, I wish I could smoke that cigar. That's not what this is about. Okay, enough of my rambling. I am now nubbing. The last third has acquired a lot of earthiness and some leathery flavors and a lot of spice, and is getting particularly strong. I'm going to nub this guy a little bit more and get every little last toke I can out of it, and we are going to give you a final rating on the Bolivar Belicosos Finos. Still going. Oh yeah. Still going. Wow. And that, my friends, is all for the Belicosos Finos. Bolivar Belicosos Finos. What a cigar. And that is pretty much what I wrote on there. Well, I wrote now that's a cigar, but same difference. This cigar was absolutely amazing. Extremely well balanced, smooth as anything. Amazing construction. I mean, you know, great flavor, really low bassy twang with a lot of wood, and then which turned into more earth and spice. Meaty flavor throughout, a lot of salt. Great cigar, and we'll give you the overall rating. Construction, appearance, draw, burn, all got a 1. Perfect. Construction especially, which of course is equivalent later on to the burn and the draw, but construction, this thing, you got to remember, the humidor lid freaking closed on this thing, left a dent in it that wouldn't come out, and nonetheless everything was perfect with that. Pre-draw flavor, I mean, it just lit me up when I put this thing in my mouth when I cut the cap, and that got a 1. Balance, 1, because you know what, it wasn't too strong, and then toward the end it gave me all the power I needed. Didn't overpower me throughout. It was just fantastic. Complexity got a 0.5. This is not a very complex cigar. Not a lot of whole different things going on in different notes, but it is just a great cigar throughout. Aroma, a 0.75. I found it very nice, settling, above average, but you know, not mind-blowing. And flavor, 1.75. Just great. I mean, if this cigar, flavor-wise, why? Well, I found it perfect, but if there were just a few other touches of maybe a note here, a note there, something surprising, I don't want to say it was boring, but if you smoke these day after day after day after day, there was really not too much special stuff going on. Either way, the cigar is special, though, and it is a cigar I could smoke boxes and boxes of. Overall rating, a 9. And I do believe that's our first. This is a fantastic cigar. Go out and get these. Absolutely fantastic. Boxes, of course, can vary from date to date, but right now, you know, 2011, 12, it's, you know, hopefully they'll still be good. Look for the dark ones. Bolivar Belicosos Finos. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been a wonderful cigar, wonderful smoke, and I hope you think a wonderful episode. I'm Joe. This is the Dr. Joe Show. Keep on smoking.